Have you ever just looked around your room and felt this weight, this sense of being totally overwhelmed? Well, that feeling, it's not just about the mess. Turns out there's a really deep scientific link between our physical space and our mental space. So today, we're going to dive into the psychology of decluttering to figure out why a tidy room can actually mean a tidy mind. Let's kick things off by looking at the two very different worlds our minds can live in.
So, on one hand, you've got the world of clutter. I mean, think about it. It's just this constant visual noise, right? It's screaming at our senses, making us feel anxious and distracted. But then, on the other hand, you've got clarity, and that's all about calm, focus, and, that awesome feeling of being in control. The difference is, wow, you can feel it, and it really makes you wonder, which one of these worlds are we choosing to live in every single day?
And that leads us to a really, really important question you have to ask yourself. Is your home helping you or is it hurting you? I mean, is it your sanctuary, the place that lifts you up? Or is it actually a source of stress that's just quietly draining your battery every day? This goes way beyond just being tidy. We're talking about the huge impact our surroundings have on how we feel.
Okay, so to really get a handle on this, let's start by digging into the anxiety of, well, stuff. And you might be surprised where that feeling actually comes from.
Okay, this definition just hits differently, doesn't it? Clutter isn't just a pile of junk. It's literally the physical proof of all the decisions we've been putting off. Think about it. That stack of mail, that's a pile of postponed decisions. What to pay, what to file, what to toss. The clothes on the chair, another postponed decision. Laundry or put it away. Every single item is a question we've avoided answering. And all those postponed decisions create this constant, low-grade buzz of stress in the background.
So, if clutter is about losing control, then decluttering is how we take it back. It's an act of control. Let's get into how organizing your stuff can be this amazing way to feel in charge, especially when the rest of the world feels, well, totally chaotic.
It usually starts with that feeling, that feeling that everything is just too much. But then, look what happens. You do one small thing. You organize your desk, or maybe just one drawer. Bam! That's a little win, a micro victory. It gives you this real, tangible feeling that you're in control, that you can create order out of chaos. And that simple act, it directly leads to feeling calmer on the inside.
So here's the big takeaway. This isn't just some boring chore you have to do. It's an active process. You are literally curating your own world. Every single thing you decide to keep and every single thing you decide to let go of, that's a choice that shapes your environment. And in the end, it shapes how you feel. You're basically the editor of your own life, which is a pretty cool way to think about it.
But it gets deeper. What if all this stuff we hold on to isn't just stuff? What if it's actually part of our identity? Let's talk about the crazy deep connection between the things we own and who we think we are.
Yeah, so it turns out our possessions often represent different versions of ourselves. First, you've got the past self, old concert tickets, trophies, things that remind you of who you were. Then there's the present self, which is reflected in the books you have out or the things you use every day. And then, oh boy, there's the future self. That's the person you hope you'll be. It's that guitar in the corner you swear you're going to learn, the fancy workout clothes that still have the tags on. A huge amount of our clutter comes from that aspirational person. And man, does it create a lot of quiet pressure.
And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? Letting go of objects tied to a past version of you makes room for the person you are becoming. It's so good. It's not about erasing your past. It's about making room, both physically and mentally, for the person you are right now and the one you're growing into. It's like giving yourself permission to change.
Okay, so this isn't just about feelings and vibes. There is actual science, a real mental cost to all this clutter. So let's look at the hard data on how it literally affects our brain's performance.
Get this, 55% of Americans say their homes are cluttered and that it's causing them moderate to high levels of stress. Just let that sink in for a second. More than half of us feel like our homes, the one place that's supposed to be our safe haven, are actually stressing us out. This isn't just some personal problem. It's a massive, widespread issue.
And you can see the impact right here. In a cluttered space, your focus is just shot. Your brain is constantly fighting off distractions, which wears you out. Ever hear of decision fatigue? That's what this is. Even tiny choices feel impossible, and it completely stifles creativity.
But when you clear that space, you're giving your brain a break. You're freeing up all this mental energy so you can actually focus, make decisions, and be creative again.
So let's put all the pieces together. We've got the anxiety, the need for control, the links to our identity, the mental drain. When you look at all of that, one thing becomes super clear. Tidying isn't just a chore. It is, at its core, a form of self-care. And listen, the goal here isn't to live in some empty, sterile box, unless that's your thing. It's about being mindful. It's about being intentional. It's about curating your life and choosing to surround yourself only with things that actually support you, that you actually use, or that bring you real joy. And that's not just self-care. That's a profound act of self-respect.
You know, it's so easy to focus on what you're getting rid of. But this whole process isn't about what you lose. It's about what you gain. And what you gain is so much bigger. Clarity, focus, peace, and that amazing feeling of being back in the driver's seat of your own life. So, I'll just leave you with this final thought. If you cleared away all that clutter, not just the physical stuff, but the mental stuff that goes with it, what could you really make room for in your life? More creativity? Better relationships? A brand new hobby? The answer, it isn't just a tidy room. It's the life that you can build once you finally give yourself space to breathe.